job. It's good practice to walk along. Isn't it, love? So, well, it is, Mum. Got to get used to this. There's bees and things around now, so we're going to have to deal with stingers and all sorts of stuff. We shall. And there we are. Yeah, well, good girl. You're all right. Don't panic. I don't need you squashing me in the fence line. Back it up. Right. So she's in a bit of a panic station right now. I often feel much better with her on her back than I do on the ground with her. I feel safer on her back than on the ground with her. It's not a great thing. Yeah, you're okay. She's in a panic right now. Something down the back end there that's scaring her. I don't know what it is. Stand. Not going to get up until you stand. Stand. I'll release when you stand. Didn't ask you to go. Relax. Now you can walk. Zarely! What did I just tell you? Go! You shit! Zarely! You must want to do a whole heap of work. Don't pull faces at us. Now let's think about what's... You've got to lift your feet up on that. Good girl. We need to do a lot more work like that. That's what Bron does, a lot of pole work. Strengthens them and it makes them sure-footed. I actually should get some more poles, some thicker logs and stuff to be able to work with. Zara, you need to move because you're in the way. Disengage. Let's disengage. Let's disengage. Disengage. There we go. Good. Now this way. Let's disengage. Good. Good. Lovely. Now stand. Stand. Listen. I've got to be more strict on your mouth because you're not listening. Good girl. Okay, we're going to go along the fence line. Had a nice walk. Got a nice loose rein there. So she's listening lovely. She's not carrying on. You'll just walk along. You go down and over to one of these logs. Good, she's thinking. I can feel the deliberate lift on the foot. Walk. Slowly, walking. Good girl. Walking. Good job. Now having to think about those posts. That's what we need, more posts. So I need to set up a perimeter of posts where they've got to do the post. And wool. And wool. And wool. And drop. Drop. I'm asking. Drop. Okay. Drop. Good. Okay. We stand for a minute. I'm going to manoeuvre my feet around. That doesn't mean go. Go does it? Let's not go. Huh? That. You're lazy on your feet. She's lazy on her feet, this girl. The walk. Good job. That's good. Good girl. You responded nicely to that. She went nicely over that little post. Just going to give her the leads, give her the reins and just relax my seat so she knows to just walk. And we're going to whoa, whoa. So when I'm leaning back and my feet are going forward, she's got to learn that means whoa. Just relax and drop. Good girl. I want her to listen very carefully to my pressure on the mouth, because this is the issue we're having now, is she's not listening to the bit. She's riding straight through it. She's not listening to the bit. And I don't know what that is. I don't know if it's to do with eating stinging nettles or what, whether she just can't feel anything or what it is, but she's not responding very good to the pressure that I'm putting on. So I want her to practice with little half halts and things like that. There, good. Drop, 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 drop. So even our basic dropping technique isn't really flowing through to her right now today. She's a little bit, well, she's probably a bit exhausted because she hasn't been ridden for so long. She's immediately dropped her head nicely. She's got her ears forward. She's not swishing her tail or anything. She's in a happy place right there, even though Zara's right next to us. And very nice, instant response to the bridle moving forward. Let's see how she responds to the tap on the neck. We're going to try doing some sideways. This is double the coordination of having to think about things. And this is a good little exercise to do with any horse at any stage of your riding career, whether it be the beginning or the end or any time. It's very good at strengthening. It also gives them a good flexion in the rear end, and they're not having, they don't get so tight, especially if they're a horse who's arthritic. If you start out slow and you get them used to it and space it out a little bit further than what I got her with, but she's got good flexion in her rear. She can move easily. She's not having any issue whatsoever in turning and listening to this, and she's not making the mistake of treading on the poles either. She's not happy with doing it. She's a bit bored, but now what I'm going to do is I'm going to trick her. I'm going to turn this direction here. We're going to flex around here, and we're going to go the opposite direction and crisscross on the other direction. Just to change things up a little and to give more flexion to this hip and this side. And that just making it evenly. So what you do on one side, you do on the other. Look at that beautiful turn. She has a lovely turn. This is all from all that flexing earlier on and that disengagement up the hind. Whoop. Who? Amanda. Oh, hi Amanda. How you doing? So keeping her with that kind of flexion and suppleness is very important. Now we're going to switch it over and go the other direction. And watch how nicely she'll turn. It's very good. And that's all a result of doing all that barrel work. It might not have been, whoa, there's a bee. It might not have been the most crazy barrel racing work, but I'm going to change it up for her there and make her think she's, I like her. She's a predictor, this horse, so she'll predict that this is what you need to do, which is fantastic if you're doing obstacle courses and you're at the Olympics or something.
And the wind says, I'm good, useful.
Well, that's good. I'm glad you're well. Trying to get her to just relax in the seat, so I'll use my butt to move her forward. You can see I'm flexing. I want to not have to use a kick, and if I don't have to use a kick, it's better, because you don't want to have a horse that you eventually have to kick the crap out of to get him to move. She was very lazy when we began everything. She didn't want to move whatsoever. She was very lazy when she was at the breakers, and she's needs a lot of work with lifting those feet up, getting more sure-footed. She's a little clumsy in the legs. She's listening to my body very well right now. I did ask for a trot just by moving forward slightly. Now I'm going to ask her to walk. Good girl. Walk on. Walk on. And I'm just going to keep her listening to the side rein. So I'm going to give her a couple of hard smacks this way. That doesn't mean go, that means turn. Not go, it means turn. There we go. So now she's listening to the turn. I'll touch on the neck on this side. So I'm not having to pull on the bit. This is all about not pulling on the mouth, so that when we need to use the mouth, we've got it.